Hello, Om Shanti to everyone who are present from many, many countries. It's lovely to see so many names, and all these names have beautiful faces. And especially today, after a very, very long time, I've managed to um, connect with Yogesh, and we agreed on this particular session. And the topic, all-rounder, right, Maria? And so thinking and reflecting on the topic, especially I remember Dadi Janki, as you said, because Dadi's words to me was when I came to the center the first time, that you have to be an all-rounder. Of course, I was very new, just about how many, 4 years in Gyan. And Dadi asked me to come and stay with her in Baba Bhavan. And I said to Dadi, I don't know anything, Dadi. She goes, don't worry, I'll teach you. And so these words of Dadi gave me a lot of encouragement and empowerment. A very, very positive and very, very motivating words that really uplifted my spirit. And this is what enabled me to move forward on this spiritual journey. And I'm still on this journey for many, many years. And I feel even today that I've only come on this journey yesterday, because this journey is so beautiful, so deep, and so um, empowering that I cannot look back and say that I have missed something or I have not been able to do something. So there is no regrets and there is no complaints about myself. This is what I would like to say. Because I was able to take on all the different challenges that came in front of me, knowing that Dadi is there to support me. So one thing in the Brahmin family, we have cooperation and support. So we support one another and we give cooperation, because everyone is on their journey, understanding that each one has to be on their journey and do what they have to do, give them the support, give them the cooperation, understand where they are coming from, and move forward. Important not to remain stuck in one area of life. So, being an all rounder, in a way, you see, we are not just beings who are doings. In fact, if you look around to see in your own life, it is mostly doing that is enabling one to feel that I'm moving forward, I'm doing something, I'm achieving something. If I'm not doing something, if I'm not engaged with anything, then I feel as if I'm not doing anything. So we are forgetting here that we have to be. So in the word all-rounder, there is a subtle energy of becoming all that you want to become. Yes, on the physical level, we all know that through our thoughts, mind, words, actions, through our attitudes, through our feelings, we are surrender to one God, to one Baba in our hearts of hearts. That is very clear for each one of us. And the extent to which I feel that I am surrender to Baba, meaning, what is surrender? I am following, Srimad of Satguru. So we have three main relationships: the father, mother and father, teacher, Satguru, and the fourth one, Dharam Raj. So these three relationships inspires us to constantly move forward in life. So as you move forward, you are able to increase your capacity of the soul. And moving forward is not just on a physical, mundane level. Like, I have to know how to cook, I have to learn how to look after the center. These are all the gross, mundane, um, structured things that each one of us, whether we like it or not, if you are in the center, you get to learn these things. Whether you like it or not, you get to learn these things. If you haven't been through that, if you haven't been through this structure, then of course, if you move on in life and want to say, be by yourself and run the center, coordinate the center activity, then you will be stuck. So on the ground level, as you begin your spiritual journey, for me, as I began my spiritual journey, I received hands-on training with Dadi Janki, living with her day and night, listening to her, seeing her, observing her. Even today, after so many years, my reference point is Dadi Janki. I keep on bringing her back in my mind. So she's still there in the back of my mind. I'm using her as the reference. And this is what is empowering me even today. So if there is something that I feel I do not know how to do it, I'm giving an example. I really want to do it. And I know that I want to do it in the sense it is Baba's seva. But I look at myself and I see, well, but I'm not capable. I do not have that strength. I do not have those qualifications to do it. So the moment I think like that, I remember Dadi. So you can see for me, there is no margin of escape. I cannot escape. I cannot ignore. Dadi comes as a reference point, and it gives me that boost. And that which I felt a minute ago, I cannot do it. I cannot say yes to this. Next second, there comes the answer. I can do it. Baba is with me. Dadi is with me. Now, these are my inner voice. This is something that I dialogue with myself, even today. So this actually shapes my being, right? We are talking here about doing and being. So it's a balance. Doing is very important equally. If I'm only being and if I'm not doing, but if I'm doing, so in doing, I am being. So my inner voice, or I would say the inner being, the soul, is being shaped up. The sanskars are created. My nature that I thought was me, was Jaymini, actually, it's falling away. And the nature that Baba wants me to make, Baba wants me to shape, that is the nature that it begins to take shape. And this is what I see, that how by saying yes, by understanding spiritual significance of the words that are spoken by Baba. We hear the Murli every day. Those words have power. So I begin to unleash the power. I begin to open up that Shakti that lies in Baba's words. As I do this, I receive the power. It is the Shakti. It is the inner strength. It is the inner capacity that is empowering me to do things on the mundane level. And so when it comes to doing, then that doing is doing as detached being, as nimitta. Nimitta is instrument, as a nimitta being, as a nimit. The word nimit, Dadi used to give a lot of reference, and she used to give a lot of examples, and she used to talk a lot about herself also, considering herself to be nimit. She never ever said, I have done it. Never heard these words from her. I, the word I. Never heard these word my or mine, or this is my service, or this is my seva, and this is not my seva. Never heard this. Okay. Never heard I have done this. No. So the person who is all-rounder, these words which are the words that is tripping me, that makes me fall, that makes me really, my intellect shuts down when these words, because these words have those lower energy, that energy doesn't allow my soul to get uplifted from where I am. Because every single moment, each one of us, we know that this is a confluence age, Sangam Yug. And we cannot forget this, because the time for Baba's children, for BKs, is the most precious time. And the time is confluence age. The Hindi word is Sangam Yug. Sangam is the meeting period. So meeting of soul with the Supreme Soul, meeting of us Brahmins, souls. We are very precious. We are very handful. Each one of us, we are jewels in Baba's eyes. So often I saw Dadi also looking at everyone with that vision and uplifting those people, those children of Baba who came in front of her, empowering them, encouraging them so that they are able to do that which is impossible possible. And this is what makes the soul all-rounder, shapes the soul. And the soul is able to experience great joy, the inner, what I would say, bliss. It's higher than happiness. It's very internal. The inner bliss, the inner happiness, the inner joy, these are the words we use for it, which is Anand, blissful being. And this is what makes us come out of our dark place that we are stuck in our minds. Because in the mind, we are coming out of the dark side into the bright side. So it's our thoughts, our imaginations, that creates a big kind of a space in our mind which keeps us holding us there. So we remain there, and who is making us remain there? It's our own imagination, it's our own thoughts, it's our own weaknesses, it's our own, shortcomings, and our own low self-esteem that is holding us back, and that is the dark side. And I noticed something, that when Dadi wants somebody to do something and she can see the ability in that soul, she will never let go of them. She will always keep pushing them. She will keep nudging them. She will keep repeating the same thing to them until that soul comes to that point of realization, yes, I am that person that Dadi sees me as capable and I can do it. So really all-rounder. How do we become all-rounder? This is what I would like to share. I mean, being all-rounder on a physical level, yes, I can do everything. I can do the sound, I can do this, I can do all the mundane things that needs to be done, because our Baba's children, the intellects are so clear and so clean that you see anything, you are able to grasp it in no time. I've seen that. That's my observation. Everybody can do everything on a mundane level. But this is not the case. So to be an all-rounder is to really dive deep into your soul. Go deep into your soul. See yourself. Spend time with your own self. I know that we all are so physically engaged with so many things in the center. And those who are not in the center, who are living by their own, living in the family, they have 101 things looking at and making sure all that is done. So at the end of the day, it's all about making sure everything gets done, right? And so when everything gets done, you can sleep peacefully. Now, that's not the point. That should automatically, it's a machinery, that should automatically function. If I pay attention to myself, if I am doing the right thing for my soul, if I am giving time to myself, if I am giving myself that space of silence, because it's in silence that the soul's capacity grows. This is what I've discovered. So the question is, how much time am I spending in that spaces of silence? Or am I only engaged on a mundane level with all the things that I'm supposed to do? Anything on a mundane level, that being a center nivasi or being in your own household, each one of us, we are responsible to create an atmosphere. Now that is a huge task, wherever you are. So first and foremost responsibility each one of us have is for ourselves. Am I creating the right environment? What is environment? We talk about environment, we talk about external environment, but what is that environment that each one of us have to create? And that is my responsibility. So the word in Hindi is Vatavaran. The word Vata is connected with words, with language. Vatavaran. Varan is the atmosphere, it's a space that the words creates. So the first and foremost thing is that self-talk, right? Because we are spiritual people. We have got the highest on high teacher teaching us face to face every day. And Baba cannot emphasize enough the importance of study. So, importance of study is whatever Baba has said. Is it in my life? If it is in my life, that means that I, the soul, I am thinking, I am in that space, the light space, there's a dark space, there's a bright space. In fact, day by day, the dark space has to become less and less, and gradually it has to diminish, it has to disappear. We cannot be in that dark space. This bright space has to increase in our minds. So there is no margin of imagination. There is instant recognition of Maya, because day by day, what is tripping us over and what is stopping us from being an all-rounder? That means what is stopping us from increasing that inner strength, inner power, so that we could hold ourselves and rise above the challenges that comes every single day in front of us. Nobody is free from challenges. The one is Maya, recognizing the Maya. Secondly, to rise above the challenges. It means the challenges can come. Every day challenges will be there. So the flip side of the challenges are opportunity. It's an opportunity for me to discover the inner strength. It is an opportunity for me to discover the inner power. It is an opportunity for me to have deeper conversation with myself and also deeper conversation with Baba. It's all about that. This is a whole Gita episode. The period that we are going through, it's Gita episode. And what is Gita episode? Gita episode is constant conversation that Arjuna has with Krishna, with God. Constantly. So is my soul constantly conversing with Baba? Am I taking the benefit of this opportunity? You see, Arjuna became the first one. He was an all-rounder. Arjuna was all-rounder. Because he increased his capacity with patience, with conversation. He had a lot of downside. He had a lot of disappointment that came along his path. But none of those held him back. His hands were free. This is where Baba is saying to us, children, do not hold on to any relationships, bodily relationships in your mind. So we understand this is where our capacity, the intellectual capacity, spiritual capacity, emotional capacity, all that really rises. And this is what takes us beyond. And when we are able to go beyond, then you look down from up above. Anything that's huge that appears to be very tiny. You're flying on the plane, you look at the huge mansions. Those mansions appear to be like a matchbox, very small. So as our state spiritually gets uplifted, and nobody is going to uplift it for us, we have to uplift it. I have to uplift it. This is where I have to become 360 degrees. I have to travel 360 degrees around the globe. And what is that globe? It's here. The globe is here. The cycle is here. That Baba has given us the knowledge. So the moment I allow this globe to rotate in my own mind here, and I see myself holding that globe, I see myself turning that globe the way I want it to turn, and experiencing the beauty of the globe in the present. That is very nice. That's what actually encourages us to be a powerful beings, to be a master. Nothing is impossible. This is the statement that keeps coming back to my mind always. Nothing is impossible. I have to make it. How do you make it? You work with yourself. You pause for your spaces of silence. Go into that space of silence. It is silence that's going to empower us. I'm not saying that you take time out and go away for a week or 10 days and sit there in silence. Many people do that. Dadi Janki was very practical. She would never unnecessarily sit there and chat. If she does chat with individuals, it's always Gyan. You've all seen that, those who've experienced her. When we are sitting, we are eating, we've just moved up in Global Cooperation House dining room. You've all seen that, those who've been to London, because the cafe downstairs on the ground floor is undergoing a big renovation of flooring. So upstairs, GCH dining, that space is bringing all the memories back to all of us. And so we are recalling the memories when Dadi Chanki was there. She would walk past. She will stop by randomly. People who are sitting there at the table, she will look in their plate. She will give them drishti. She will pause. And if something is missing, she'll go to the servery and she'll say, have you not served this? And many a times they have forgotten something. And Dadi knows. So you could see that this is where she touched our hearts. But she was not speaking many words. She's doing all that in silence. She was walking from dining room to the other end of the room like an angel, radiating peace, radiating that energy of silence. So this is what I'd like to bring to your attention. Is there more and more as I integrate silence, spaces of silence in my mind, spaces of silence in my karma, the karma that I'm not able to craft, automatically Baba will teach me, Baba will guide me how to do it, and he will make it happen. So many times I've experienced that. And so you can see that you will not miss out on any of Baba's seva. It can be small seva, because any seva, even sweeping the floor, is the seva for me. Cleaning is also my department. That is my seva, number one. Washing clothes, ironing clothes, hanging clothes, is all my seva. I do it with a lot of love. And that is when my soul is experiencing that energy. I'm not doing it out of force. I'm not doing it thinking, oh, somebody else should be doing this. Why am I doing it? No. This is God's house. Wherever you are, it is God's house. You are Baba's child. You are a goddess. You are a deity soul. So whatever it is you are doing for yourself, it's not for yourself. So look at the bigger picture. It fills that space with a lot of love. And that love is what is carrying you forward. You're folding clothes. Many a times when I'm doing this, I look at my state of mind and seeing what is going on in my mind. From this, checking, when you are looking at yourself, the thoughts that are crossing your mind, the feeling that you are in, that space that you are in, is it giving you that feeling of joy, inner tranquility, inner peace, inner bliss? If it is, then you are with God. You are doing it with Baba. You see? So more and more I feel that anything mundane is possible for everyone. Because Baba empowers us with virtues and powers. So we have virtues. I cannot say I do not have patience. I've heard many Brahmins saying, oh, but I lack patience. I can't do this. This is not my forte. Or I don't have courage. So if I'm talking like this, if this is my language, after belonging to Baba, ask yourself a question. If I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? When will I do it? So in this way, if I question myself, if I talk to myself, and I have constant conversations with Baba, then the soul is never, ever left behind. It will always have an opportunities. You have a thought, you have you have a thought. I tell you an example, my example. Some time ago, I had a thought. Now, I wouldn't say I had a thought. I know that Dadi would have loved it. If something like that happens, I know Baba will be very pleased. And Baba always says to us children, wherever you go, you should always have so much compassion in your heart for all the souls. How can this soul be introduced to Baba? How can I bring Baba's introduction to this soul's life? Right? These are all the souls that we see around in the world. Baba says they are my children, but in fact, you are godly clan. So we belong to God's clan. We belong to God's family. Although they all are Baba's children, Baba says they are my children. But you are my Ishwarya Parivar. Now it's not a small thing. Yesterday Baba said, Ishwarya Parivar, godly family. Ishwarya Kul, these are the words. Godly clan. What does clan mean? We belong to godly clan. It means the traces of God, His qualities, should be reflecting through us. And first and foremost, God's quality, which is very outstanding, is benevolence. Benevolent, merciful, loveful, ocean of love. So, are these qualities in an emerged form in my life? This is something I observed yesterday. I had gone out in the city, and a long time there was a thought that in this place there should be something of Baba, that the souls receive Baba's introduction. It's a high-end area, which is King's Road. You must have heard Chelsea, King's Road. From a long time, this thought was there that some presence of Baba should be here. And you know, I'm seeing this lady for quite some time, and we are now sharing very deep knowledge, Baba's knowledge. I go there, I share deep knowledge with her. She's very, very touched. So yesterday the words came out of her mouth that, Jaymini, we should do this in that studio on the King's Road. I said, yeah, I know that place very well. That's ideal place. And she said, I can do this and you can teach meditation. I said, yeah, sure, that's excellent idea. But you know, this thought was there from day one. And because the thought is there, Baba is there with us, the right time will come when things transpires. Because now is a time for us to be and to constantly also share. Naturally, sharing is natural. It's not a force. And so it's all about a balance between self-service and service of others. This is how I see. So self-service is what? Baba is every day serving us. You know, he's preparing his children. Baba is always, always adoring us. Today Baba said, you are my long lost children, but I am your long lost father. You should say that to me. I'm your long lost father. Now I'm found. And it's so true. The soul, our soul was looking for the Supreme Soul, for Shibaba, for Baba, for a very, very long time. And now we have found Baba. So, you know, the ingredient of love, the magic ingredient of love, that, according to the time, should be in an emerged form. The souls are touched by this Baba's love. Not my love, Baba's love. But how much have I embodied? Baba is there. He said, take it. It's your inheritance. It's your right. How am I taking it? Am I taking it? If I have taken it, am I using it for myself? If I'm using it for myself, am I sharing it with others? Is there love in my speech? Is there love in my behavior? Genuine love and care? Is there sustenance for the souls? Am I able to give that uplifting sustenance to the souls? So that love that I, the soul, have taken from Baba, which is Baba's inheritance, it's coming to me as my inheritance now. So the more I embody all these qualities of God, of Baba, I, the soul, I feel very accomplished. And the word that Baba actually used so many times last month, contentment, tolerance, these are all connected words. So if I, the soul, I'm overflowing, then I am content with myself because I'm doing what Baba wants me to do. But I have to check myself, is my intellect more engaged? Is my intellect engaged in just doing? But yes, doing and being, there's a balance. If I'm engaged in doing, more than being, then what happens? I'm missing out on something here. So I need to try and find a balance. We are all juggling and we are all getting there, and sometimes we drop it, we lose it. But this I saw in Dadi. She kept her moments, her spaces of silence, her spaces of, not speaking much. But yes, when there is an opportunity to share, she will share full heartedly without hiding anything from her or from anyone. So, this is what I'm saying is that being an all rounder, shaping oneself, and giving oneself a very clear target in life every single day, and doing what Baba wants me to do automatically brings me that strength, inner power, inner capacity grows, and I'm able to achieve what I want to on this spiritual journey. And what is our achievement? Our achievement is really becoming like Baba. Doing it but not doing. Being, radiating, and when the time comes of doing, you do it in no time. There is nothing but success. There is no absence of, there's not that feeling of I cannot do it or disappointment. So day by day, in order to move in that circular, rounded way, I have to have complete balance between the left and the right, left and the right brain also. But at the same time, I also have to have deep understanding and deep ground. I have to ground myself such that I have strength, inner power. Never give up. Always remember I'm a Shakti. So it is the Shakti of Shiva that makes things happen. It's very clear. It's not my Shakti. It is Shakti of Shiva that makes everything happen. But hold that space in your mind, okay? So now I'm open to questions. If anybody has any questions.
Thank you so much for your sharing. It is really very deep, whatever you shared, and you're really very fortunate, as many souls at your age, because you had Daddy Janki there, and I can see also Yogesh and other sisters that were very close to Daddy Janki.
Anna, you were
What
close
a
as well to Dadi. You have been
mm,
to London so many times in Madhuban.
yeah, well, I do. I have met. I have many experiences, from personal experiences with Daddy Janki from my beginning, even before I became a Brahmin, and I am fortunate as well. But
Yes, I see Drasula as well, Hara, all of you. I see your names there. Wonderful. All of
yeah,
you are an example. Amazing. How you kept yourself going in such a beautiful way.
yeah. So I don't see any questions. I liked very much what you said, the balance between being and doing, because sometimes we are doing, and then we are not be able to be what Baba wants us to be. There is one question, it came to me here. When you are talking about Baba, which Baba do you mean? Brahma Baba or Shiv Baba?
Well, for me, Baba is Baba, really. I do not separate it, but when I am always holding that inner sanctuary in my mind here, I have that inner sanctuary and I have Baba there. And for me, Baba is that angel Brahma Baba, and Shiv Baba operates through still that subtle form of Brahma. Because Shiv Baba is energy, point of light, right? He's God, he's Almighty. And how he still needs even a subtle form to communicate. And so that is the form, the Brahma Baba's angelic form, to be very clear, because I always hold that here in my head.
So there is a question, what will happen if on your last moments you remember Daddy instead of Shiv Baba?
No,
What will be your
Dadi is
future position?
yeah, Dadi is an angel. Definitely, she's an angel. And remembering an angel is an added value, isn't it? Brahma Baba is an angel. Dadis are angels. They are all our ancestors. They are carrying us forward. You know, in a Lokik family also, you have a senior member of the family that carries the whole family forward. A lot of respect and love. But of course, in the hearts of hearts, you are remembering Shiv Baba. And you are seeing these angels as a support. You know, something Dadi had mentioned once, sahyog and support, cooperation and support. These are two different things. We need to support, but we also have to cooperate. We cooperate, we give cooperation to each other, but we also give support to each other. So we have to know when somebody needs a support, and we have to know when somebody needs our cooperation.
Thank you. I don't see any other questions, not even in Greek. So I think it would be very nice if you lead us to some meditation. And unless if you want to add something, we can have 5 minutes or 3 minutes of meditation.
Sure.
So you can guide us
Yes.
home and to the globe.
Yes. Let us do meditation, all of us. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, you know what? Many a times I had a good chat with Sister Jayanti one day about this whole thing. That, you know, I said to Jayanti, whenever I used to come in the class after Dadi had passed away, that in the morning after Amrit Vela or during Amrit Vela, I will always have something that would inspire me, that will come on the screen of my mind. And I'll come in the class and share that before I start the movie. So I said to Jayanti Ben, do you think that remembering Dadi and what Dadi shared, to share that in the class, is that is that the right thing? And she says, yes, definitely. Uh, if something you are taking benefit, you have taken benefit, you have been empowered, and you are sharing it, that empowers others. That gives the strength to others. If you are repeating for the sake of it, no, I'm not repeating. I'm only sharing what has touched me, what has moved me, what has brought about a transformation in me, something that Dadi had said. So remembering Dadi in that way, is that right? She said, it's fine. But at the same time, you should be becoming embodiment of it. You understand? So it's like Brahma Baba. We hear so many stories of Brahma Baba, right? All the whole Brahmin family who met Brahma Baba. There's a whole book made of that. In fact, why do we have to read the stories, or why do we have to listen to the stories? In fact, stories are more interesting, and we learn a lot, and we grow, and we are inspired. by listening to the stories, because it's life transforming stories of the people. So there's nothing wrong. All these big gurus out there, they always are quoting this one, that one, and the other. I always thought at that time, when our big kids, when they are quoting this person and that person, I feel, why can we not quote our spiritual ancestors? But I can only quote if I know their stories. If I've been inspired by their stories, only then I can quote. If I'm not inspired, I will not be able to say. I will be using statement from Mandela, or I'll be using somebody else's statement, a Greek philosopher, or a scientist who've come and gone. So I feel, why should I feel I should not quote anyone from the history. If I'm going to quote, I'm going to quote Baba's ancestors' souls, which is Dadis and the seniors that we have seen through this particular lifetime of ours, because many of Baba's new children have not met Dadis, have not seen Dadis. So when we talk about our ancestor souls, it's very, very inspiring. It is very energizing. They want to hear more.
Yes, you're right about that. Especially for the new ones who have never met daddy or seniors. Um it's very inspiring to speak about daddy and Brahma Baba and everything. The point is to speak in soul consciousness, because sometimes souls are not inspiring others, or instead of that, they make them jealous or frustrated, and they say, oh, we don't have these experiences, we cannot reach this point. So sometimes they feel,
Yeah,
frustrated.
they feel so. We have to see where the souls are at and help them, guide them, empower them, and then prepare them to come to that point where they are ready to listen. So it's important that we recognize, we feel the pulse, and then we move forward with it, you see? Because that also you can see now, souls are not ready. They cannot understand. What you have experienced, they haven't experienced it. So it doesn't mean anything to them. So this is why, we have these supporting things, which is videos, which is Mama's, things that come in the Murli, Mama's inspiration, or Mama's class, or Baba's class in the Murli. So that gradually the souls, newer souls, Baba's children who are learning to walk, learning to run, they get inspired in little by little. So the quality of souls, the capacity of souls that was there during our days, just grasping, just taking, just absorbing from these ancestors, actually proves for itself that there's definitely that capacity dilemma. And this is why the one answer for everyone is try and introduce spaces of silence. That will help us to increase our capacity, understand more, grasp more, know more, do more, and be more. What we are lacking now is that power of silence. And I know that Dadi's target always was, Rasulaben would know that, power of silence against power of science. Dadi would give wonderful sharing. So this is the battle between power of silence and power of science. Power of science is the glamour of today's world. Power of silence is very small, unexplored. The world doesn't know about it. So it's only us Brahmins who can reveal this power of silence, and we should all embark on that. We love it, we like it, but we don't do it enough. And when we start doing it, all of us together, this is what is going to bring revelation. Because it's in silence that you discover the closeness to God. Anyway, I think you got the gist of it.
There is a small question that says some of the ancestral souls can be now some of new Brahmins.
Could be, but they are now in the new they are in a body, and so the soul has to play its role in that particular body until the soul gets to that point of awareness where there is maturity and the soul is able to express, connect with the soul. You see, it will take time. The child is born today, you all know, you have experienced, some of your grandmothers and great grandmothers. That the child is born in the family, it takes time for the child to grow up. Yes, lucky child gets all the love and attention, that's beautiful, but we give time to that child to grow up and to come to that point where there is maturity, the soul is able to understand, able to grasp. It takes time. Even if they are taking rebirth, and I've been thinking about that a lot these days, so many of Baba's children are going. Where are they going? What are they doing? You know, constantly questioning, where are they going? What are they doing? Many of them have gone 50 years, 60 years, Mama, Bau, everybody. So somewhere they are meeting, somewhere there's that congregation. But do they have that awareness? No, they don't. It's very clear. They are in the new role and they have a task, they have a role to play. And so Baba has said, as you go further, today also you will have visions. And vision can be not just vision, physically you see something. Vision is also when your intellect is able to understand, see. The third eye opens up. You are able to see. You are able to understand. You are able to grasp how we are moving from old into new. We are transiting. We are on a transition. We are on a bridge going from this end to the other end. You see, it's a beautiful thing to. This is what you actually experience when you give yourself that spaces of silence. That's the key. And more you get grounded to this, more and more you get experiential with this, you will be very much evolving and you will be energized and you will be radiating so that others around you are able to be nurtured. They have to be nurtured. Those souls who come to Baba, they need nurturing, they need sustenance, they need love, they need attention. We have to give it. And this is our role. We also are ancestor souls.
Okay, thank you so much. You touched our hearts, I think, and everyone will think all these things you shared.
Think about it. The thoughts.
Yes. We will have the video in English, so in YouTube in a few days. So we will go over everything. Thank you so much from the heart. Really, it was so nice to be with us. Really, I think it was very elevating. So just we can have a
Yes, meditation.
a little bit of meditation, and then we will continue with the world's meditation There is another question. It says that I could not understand the answer, whether I lost that.
The new souls, this is something you discover all these secrets when you go in silence. Let me tell you that in short. I do constantly these kind of exploration. So please go more and more into that spaces of silence with Baba. Empowering yourself, being with Baba more and more. And going into that space, when we say Om Shanti, Dadi used to say so many times, a big definition of Om Shanti is to go deep within yourself. Discover that power of peace. Be that peace. Radiate that peace. And see yourself in that peaceful world. So, in the final few years, Dadi also gave commentary on the stage when we are in meditation after Murli. She started giving commentary. So you could see that where her soul was in that spaces. So what the whole point is, have I offloaded old baggages of sanskars from my mind? Or is my mind and my intellect still wandering, running around here and there? Or do I allow my intellect to be focused? Or am I constantly engaged with this, that, and the other? There's no time for myself. So just reflect and look at your inner being, the beautiful soul, radiating peace, love, happiness, as we are on the diamond age, greater than golden age, higher than heaven, is this time when I'm facing the Supreme Being, the Almighty Authority, who is my mother and father of the soul, who nurtures my soul, who looks after my spiritual well-being. So I also have equally a responsibility of looking after my brothers and sisters who are also walking on the same path, needing the support and cooperation, giving them that unconditionally, selflessly, so that they can also experience this beautiful period of conference age, of diamond age, and feel the most valuable person on this earth, as this is the only time when I can see my different facets of the diamond. I am that beautiful, sparkling, unique piece of diamond that Baba is shaping me. Baba is taking away all my rough edges and making me shine, preparing me for the golden age. So let me allow Baba to do his work, but let me do my work that Baba gives me every single day in the Murli, the homework. If I complete my homework, then the teacher is pleased with me. So let us all be a very smart very clever children and students of Baba, our supreme teacher. And so I say thank you to all of you, but give yourself a pat on the shoulder, acknowledge yourself, and say to yourself, I'm Baba's long lost and now found child, but also, Baba, you are my long lost now found father. And so the child, the soul, is acknowledging everything that I've received from Baba. Om Shanti.